How many of you heard, or I've heard it a lot, isn't it great how God is using you? Right? Don't you want to be used by God? Don't you want to be a tool that God is using? How many of you would say to your child or your grandchild, I can't wait for you to grow up so that you can be a tool that I can use?
You're a great tool.
Right? Would you say that? And yet we so glibly put it in the mouth of God. God doesn't use anybody. This is a relationship of participation. And that changes it, right? We can take that language away, and we can now talk about, I have been invited to participate. God is up to. How cool is that? That's different than being used. And I come from a sexual abuse history. I'm not excited about being used, right? That's not language that works for me at all. And yet, we seem to apply it to God. That's because, again, we've got a paradigm of a distant God watching from the infinite distance of a disapproving heart. And most of the time, that God is disappointed. And thankfully sent Jesus to protect me from him. And again, it messes with the things that we thought gave us certainty, which religion tends to do. And this is not about that. This is about an actual relationship of face-to-face, relentless affection. This justice of God is always for you, never against you. There is no tension between mercy and justice, by the way. None at all. They are both expressions of love. If you go to a doctor, you hope that that doctor judges you. You hope that that doctor says, this is what is killing you. And now mercy is going to step in and restore your life. That's the hope, right? The justice of God is always just love. And it's always intent on restoration. Always. So the fury of God is the fury that is for you, not against you. It is never against you. Right? This is not a God who needs to punish, because punishment doesn't change anything, doesn't restore anything. Right? When God says, vengeance is mine, you know what he says in the next breath? You deal with wrongs by good. You know what the vengeance of God is? To be good to you. That makes no sense to us. You know, because how do you deal with that? Well, George MacDonald, who we both care for greatly, who is one who led Lewis into a deeper sense of the presence of God. He writes this: if you trust the goodness of God, you will run to this God with your arms wide open, and you will say, please judge me to the core and burn out of me everything that keeps me from being fully human and fully alive. Because this God loves you and is opposed to anything that is not of love's kind.